Hello guys and gals, today we're gonna talk about Castlevania Lord of Shadows 2 and how it fares on 2022. Do you need to play this game or do you need to avoid this game? Do you need to spend your hard-earned cash on this game or just never touch it? Okay, a little backstory about me. Symphony of the Night was one of my top 5 games of all time. I still remember the day that I first fired up my PlayStation 1 and put that game, and man, I was blown away by how amazing it was. But this game doesn't remind me at all Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The developers really took it on another direction. If I were to summarize this game with a phrase, that phrase would be, this game is beautiful and cool, but with no real depth and substance. This game is trying to be cinematic. It has amazing sceneries. You're probably gonna pause the game and just look around. And the vibe of the atmosphere is really dark. I really like the vibe. It feels like you are Dracula. It feels like you're in a dark place. And I really think they nailed it. But for every cool video like this, there's always gonna be another one that's gonna break immersion. Okay, who the hell in his right mind would put a video like this? For every cool moment in the game, you're gonna have 2 moments that are gonna say, man, really? Really? You're gonna put that in?
Kindness. I don't know how to thank you enough.
You gave me your word.
That was funny. I don't want to spoil anything about the story. You just play the Dracula after the first game. It's in the future and in the past, and the story is not really interesting. Now on to gameplay, the nice stuff. Gameplay is divided into 3 sections: the combat, which is the best part of the game, some platforming sections that reminds me a lot of Uncharted, and some stealth-like sections that you either possess some guards or you just transform into rats and crawl around, being undetected. The game could have omitted these sections and let the combat shine, but they wanted the cool factor of Dracula's red eyes to be in the game, I guess. Now let's focus on the combat. That's the best part of the game. It reminds me a little bit of Devil May Cry 4. You can change weapons. You have a nice sword and fire gauntlets, and you have your whip from game 1. You can just combine them to do some cool stuff and cool combos. The combat is very fast paced and it's really fluid. Definitely the best part of the game. No argument there. There is also some aerial combat on the game, and the mechanic that you absorb souls. I think the first time I've seen it was in Onimusa. You can do it in and out of combat to replenish your magic and spend them on your ice sword or your fire gauntlets. You can also find real-time events and some puzzles in the game. During combat you get to grab your opponents and finish them off. It's the Darksiders mechanic. And to my next point, this game has too much violence and gore. I say to the point that it's unnecessary and it's not driving the plot forward, it's just there, for no apparent reason. Now on to the bosses. This game features some boss fights. They're good, they're fun, nothing to write home about though, but definitely a pro to the game. This is a AAA game, so it's kind of expected at least. Now talking about budget and AAA games, this game has such a beautiful artwork. You can see it. The menus look beautiful. There's a lot of beauty in the game. And one cool thing that I love is that when you want to buy your new abilities, you get to see a little bit of hand-drawn animation like that before you buy them. And that's where the budget shows. Now you can expect gimmicks like this to save the game. It feels like the director of this game chose presentation over gameplay and substance. If you noticed, I already mentioned 3 games: Darksiders, Devil May Cry and Uncharted, and that's how it feels. This game feels like a combination of popular games of the genre, of the action, adventure and platform genres, and not something of its own. It seems so that the developers didn't have a vision of making a unique game, so I'm sad to say that I really can recommend this game of 2022. There are a lot of better games to play nowadays. Thank you for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do that, and comment if you have to say anything about me. I always try to reply on the comments, and as always, have an amazing day.